Normally I don't use a meme in order to make a video, but this meme is so descriptive. It makes the concept that a picture is worth 1,000 words so true, because this is the absolute state of creativity in the West. Everything is a sequel. There's very little originality. Again, try to think of an original title which came out in the last 5 years. It's very difficult, isn't it? Because everything is a remake. And what they do, this is the extent of the creativity that Hollywood does when making remakes and when making reimaginings or rebooting a franchise. You have all the gingers lined up, and they're coming here with the skin painter, and that's it. I mean, it's not like the character is any different. It's not that it adds anything different to the story. It's just like an additional skin paint. And all the journalists and the people giving grades are like, oh, so progressive, so progressive. They're applauding as if it's Stalin himself coming to give a speech. And if you complain about this and you say, come on, you're a bigot. Oh, the bigotry. Oh, you don't know. Let me smell my own farts. Like, so bigotry. Oh, bigot. You just don't know good art. Oh. And of course, you know, when the journalists are applauding this, and they're like, then it's progressive, it's forward thinking, it's enlightening. And it's objective, right? Like, objectively, like, for example, Ariel looks gorgeous. She looks gorgeous. But when you say that you don't like it, oh, you bigot, oh, trolls on the internet, oh, review bombing, oh, how dare you not like this amazing creativity, this progressive way of storytelling. Okay, imagine if you would have a lever where you would put this on reverse. Oh my god, the meltdown of the blue checkmarks. You would think Hitler rose from the grave and he's bringing the Fourth Reich. If you were to reverse this, like if you were to put them back, you know, and all of these characters would look, oh my god, oh Lord, have mercy. Have mercy. Like, the blue checkmarks would just explode on Twitter. I think the Twitter servers would crack. Like, they would fall down because you would think it's a DDoS attack, but no, it's just like the blue checkmark spilling their vile poison on it. Like, oh, these corporations, right wing, far right, alt-right, alt-right. That's pretty much what you'd get if you'd put this on reverse. In other news, I also like the fact that the meme only shows gingers. I really don't understand why it's gingers. Why is it? Like, a lot of red-haired have been a casualty to this new way of making art. Very, very progressive way of making art. And by the way, someone who works in the comic book industry actually explained it to me, like why this is. For example, if you have a new comic and you want to make, I don't know, something with Superman, and you're like, okay, let's make Superman beat Lex Luthor. No, we can't, because it's been done. Okay, let's send Superman back in time. No, we can't, it's been done. Let's make Superman gay. Now, if you say no to that, well, you're homophobic, aren't you? So you can't do that. You have to allow it to go through, which is why there's another, you know, I guess like gender painter, or sexual orientation painter or something like that, where they're making all the characters that you know, they're changing their gender or their sexual orientation, and then it's like, oh, it's so progressive, oh, maximum progressiveness achieved. Oh, we're making the Mona Lisa. In fact, like, this is what they do, you know, like, they take works of art that have managed to captivate millions of people around the world, and they're like, it's not good enough, it's not progressive, we need to make it better. And they put the characters through the skin painter, and if you don't like it, you're a racist. And it's like, you know, that would be okay if you actually had some good stories to back it up with. But they don't have good stories. That's the problem. I mean, I'll show you another post where almost all the characters on Netflix, if you notice, are neurotypical. Like, they're neurotic. They're not like normal people. Like, all of them are suffering from some mental illness. All the main characters. I mean, think about Teela from He-Man, right? She's not very normal, is she? All of them. Like, you genuinely, like, just... It's almost like all these people that have mental illness, they want to cure people without mental illness. Like they want to say that what they are doing is the complete normality and you are the problem. Very interesting, because they have a platform to do it. I'm curious about these writers, their state of mind. Like they just can't write characters like they're used to be written. They can't just make normal characters anymore. Everyone needs to have some sort of mental illness. Very interesting. You know, you notice it after a while. I mean, when it happened the first time, you didn't notice it. When it's like 10, 20 characters like that, you don't notice it. But when it's almost every single character, yeah, it starts becoming a problem. Kind of remind me of Supergirl when it came out. I had the displeasure of watching the first episode. And she was like, oh, she's eating ice cream. Yummy, yummy, tee-hee. And I'm looking at her. I'm looking at her age. And I'm like, people that age do not act like that. Okay? Like, that is not normal. That is not how grown women act. That's how a little girl acts. Why is a little girl in a woman's body? What is the happening? What is the problem? And it catches your attention. You're like, okay, well, this is bizarre. Who wrote the script? Because the person who wrote the script is having some issues. And it's not just Supergirl. It's almost every single character. I guess I'll have to make another video where we talk about character personalities, where every single character is bizarre. Like you don't have like the average character you used to. Like, for example, Hercules. You know, like there was nothing wrong with Hercules. He was perfectly healthy. Xena, Gabrielle, like all of these characters were perfectly functional. Like that they would have no problem going to a psychologist and coming up, and the psychologist would be, well, there's nothing I can give you. You're fine. You get the A-OK stamp. Now, you know, try putting some of the modern characters to go to a psychiatrist. Oh my god. Like, the list would keep going. Pfizer would be on a business for years to come if all the Netflix characters could go to a psychiatrist and get some pills and medication. Can psychologists get pills and medication? I don't know. Probably not. They shouldn't, should they? Depends on the country, I guess. In my country, they can't. That's beside the point. Anyway, thank you for watching this. Let me know what you guys think. And feel free to use this on forums, right? Like whenever you're having a conversation on a forum where they woke-washed another character, just put this, and you will see how upset people get. It's beautiful. It's a nice sight to behold because you're calling them out without saying anything. As I mentioned, a picture is 1,000 words. You put this on a forum, and you're going to see people getting very upset. And they can't, foaming at the mouth even. And they can't even articulate why. That is hilarious, by the way. Like seeing someone very angry, but they can't articulate why they're angry. That is beautiful. Anyway, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.